The sun is starting to shine here in White Pine and the snow is starting to melt. So it is time to get Brownie out of storage. So Brownie has been sitting in here all winter. I noticed right off the bat, I do have a flat tire. We'll get that aired up. But the biggest thing we have to do is put a carb on. You might remember from our video where we put together the slant nose Jeep. That has a flat head in it. I did not have a carburetor, and so I stole the one off Brownie because I knew it was a good running carburetor. So I have done something that I normally never do, and that is buy a brand new carburetor. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I'm pretty cheap when it comes to these Jeeps. I always like to try to rebuild my own stuff. So why did I buy a carburetor? Okay, so although I have a box full of carburetors and a shelf with a few of them sitting here, all of these are YFs for the F-head engine. So I only had one WO, and it looks to be in really good shape. I remember cleaning this carb all up a long time ago, but a couple of the jets were fused into the body and I wasn't able to get them out. And so I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and buy one. All right, so this is how the carburetor came in. Came from the post office, so went down there and picked it up. I did already cut the tape, guys, but just thought I'd show you the nice little box. It's got the Joe's Motor Pool logo on it. And here we go, digging in. Looks like we've got a nice sticker, so thank you for that. And some info on my order. And then it looks like it's got the info for the carburetor. So we'll open that up in a little bit and take a look. But there is the carb. Let me set this down, get this out of there because I can't do it one-handed. Okay, this one is also taped. I cut the tape, so let's take a look at what we got. There's my new base gasket. We'll set that to the side. It looks like there is some of the toolkit. Oh, and the new intake for the fuel line, so that's awesome. And then here is the carb itself. All right, here it is. Looks pretty nice. You can smell a little gas because he did do a test run with it. The linkage seems to be all nice and working. So let's get it on. So this should be pretty straightforward. We're just going to remove the old bolts because the kit came with new ones. These are in actually pretty good shape. And it also came with the new diffuser, but this one's in really good shape. And I feel like I'm going to wreck it if I pull it off. Oh, nope, there, I got it. Okay. Yeah, that one's in great shape, so we'll put that back and save it. We'll put the new one in. So there's that. And oops. There we go there. 9/16 wrench. It does look like I also stole the gas line that goes down to the car or to the fuel pump, so I'm gonna have to get a new one of those made up. And I did that so long ago, I kind of forgot everything. So here's our new lock washers and our new nuts. Again, they came with the kit, so that's awful nice. All right, that is started. Just try to kind of do this equal. Just looking at this, you guys, I actually stole a few other things, it looks like. So got the choke all set up, but my linkage for my accelerator pedal, the little linkage arm that goes on, and the pivots, those are gone too. So I'm gonna have to go search and see if I've got some of them floating around. Hopefully I do. All right, that's tight. Let's go see what else we got to finish this installation. Just grabbed a little old piece of steel brake line that I had, put a couple new fittings on. So there is my gas line all done. Next, we get to the linkage. All right, I got one. Actually, I did not have one here at the house, so I had to get with my buddy Gordy, who has some Jeeps, and he happened to have one, and I freed everything up, got it all working, and so we'll shove it on. Well, that's pretty easy. Now we've got our choke cable to install. All right, that all seems to be working good. All right, when working the pedal, I noticed that my linkage wasn't going to full throttle. So right here, that's where I had it. I can get the pedal that much more forward. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this a little bit. And that way I get a little more travel in my accelerator. Okay, in general, it just even looks better. Now the spring's just a little bit more relaxed. And let's see. So it looks good. Now that we got that kind of buttoned up, we got to move over to here. I did get some brackets for the air cleaner and an old busted up a little bit air filter. But unfortunately, the owner before me, or before him probably, put the solenoid right there, right in the way. So I'm going to move that maybe up over here or down just a little bit, just to get it out of the way enough to where we can get this air cleaner mounted. All right, our filter is just about installed. I got my oil in the bottom of it to put back on, and then I'm just going to cut a new piece of hose to put there and there to seal things up, and we'll be ready to test fire. Okay, so we got the air cleaner all in, everything's on, the little air horn is on. The only thing is I don't have, let me move so you can see right there. I need to get that little piece on with a clamp, but unfortunately the hose that I have is just a little too tight. I was struggling trying to squeeze it on. Fits there good, but that's flanged out just a little bit, so it just doesn't fit. So let's go ahead and do some cranking on it. I did not prime this or do anything to it, so let's see how it starts. I was just getting ready to fire it up, but I noticed that this little clip, one of those little push-on clips, is missing. So maybe when I was messing around, I may have bumped it, but I'm gonna have to go see if I can find another one because I don't see it anywhere. And those things are tiny. So just a minute. Okay, it's back on. Now we're ready to try this. Got a little gas leak right there. Let me fix that before I keep going. Okay, we're gonna let it warm up. Got the gas leak fixed. I got it just a little bit on choke. Bring the temp up and go give it a test. See, she's nice and cold still. Got good oil pressure though. All right, got the engine up a little bit more on the temp. She's just sitting here idling as nice as can be. I haven't made any adjustments to the carburetor at all. I was gonna adjust the idle a little bit, but once it warmed up, it was fine. Just had to leave it on for a little bit, the choke. So everything seems like it's running pretty good. I'm gonna go take it for a test drive. All right, here we got it idling. Everything is all hooked up. Might have a little bit of issue with plugs. Even our wires are pretty suspect. So we're gonna do a tune-up on this later, but so far the carburetor is working nice. And this old engine's running about as good as it always has. So I'm happy.